Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Marsha with Buy Sell Plan. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. If you like functional planning content, I hope you'll consider sticking around and subscribing. And for those returning, welcome back. So we are going to plan for the first week of May and recap the week of April 28th. My last video that I posted, which was, I put it on YouTube today. Today is the 3rd, Saturday. This will be going up tomorrow. So when you see this, it'll be yesterday that I uploaded my April recap and setting goals for May. And I outline step by step how I do that. So I'll link that video at the end of this one as well as below if you would like to see how I do that. Today's video is going to be weekly planning. So I have my planning tasks. This is available in our shop. Just to preface the video by saying, because I do often get asked questions where my inserts are from, and they are in our shop. These are my design and buysellplan.ca, and you can purchase these. We have them in 4 sizes. And my planning task cards, I print this out on vellum and then laminate it to get that transparent look. But I know other people just print it out on paper. It will come with cut lines so that you can, it's meant to be just a little more than half the page in case you want to put a sticky note on the back. So that's why, let me see if I have a sticky note. I can give you an example. Here's one here. Right, so if you want to put a sticky note on the back, you can. All right, so that's a full size. Obviously, if you do look like more page flag size ones, those will fit perfectly. But yeah, so some people laminate, some people don't. I like the laminating because then it lasts a lot longer, and I love the transparent look. All right, let's recap the week. Now, where is, Okay, so real quick, I will go through with you my planning tasks. The order that I plan in, I recap my task card and my numbers, as well as looking at any other routines that are not on here that I want it to track and make a priority for the week. And then I recap my current, or review the current month's goals to make sure that I'm making that a priority week after week, and then reviewing my goals that I set for the current quarter, set next week's goals, make next week's task card, check the master task list in case there are any tasks in there that I can tackle the next week, and then transfer tasks from here to the new week, and then schedule my week. All right, so let's start with reviewing my task card. So the goal was for, so my main goals are wellness, my Marsha Gove Realties, that's my real estate business, as well as my buy sell plan business. Okay, and these stem from, I'll show you real quick, my goals that I set for the year. All right, these are our quarterly goal planning inserts. So my main goals for the year, I break them down per quarter, per month. All right, so my goals for wellness this week was to do castor oil daily, which I have been doing. I didn't do Monday, but I've done the last 4 days, and I will be doing today and tomorrow. And that is, I put castor oil on an organic cotton pad. I put it on my right side of my waist, and I tie it around, and then I put a hot pad on it for about 45 minutes. And then as the skin absorbs the castor oil, it goes through the liver, and it helps to detox the liver. So I'm on a liver detox right now. Daily movement, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I didn't. It was a very busy week, but I did 3 days so far. And then I will do again tomorrow. So I'm gonna take that as a win, because that's 3 days right there. And I mean, daily movement, it's not realistic for me to exercise 7 days a week. So if I'm doing between 3 and 5, that's a win. And then daily stretching. So that's part of my evening routine where I do some good deep stretching before bed. And I've done 4 times this week. So, and I will be doing the next 2 days. It's a lot easier. on the weekends too. Okay, and then for my real estate business was to prep our CMA that we had for Thursday, did that, market intel, and then focus on my top follow-up. I did that as well. Oh, I did this today, gave the lockbox code for that, and I did that as well. So I did all of my top follow-ups. And then for buy sell plan, we wanted to make some progress this week. Did not as far as inserts. We have a whole list of inserts that we're gonna make and get up in the shop in June. So yeah, we have not had time this past week to focus on that. Daily plan with me, reel, I did do that. And then consulting logistics, I'm gonna leave that open because it's Saturday afternoon. I still might be able to get to that this weekend. All right, so that's how I'm doing with that so far. And some other routines here. So anytime I've had stats to enter, I have entered them. All right, so that's good. And then other routines, oil pulling, it's not hard to do. I just need to do it. I want to get back to that. And then I put, you know, when you get a pedicure and you have those toe spacers that they use. So I have those. My physiotherapist recommended it because as we get older, our toes can kind of go together. Does that make sense? So I've been having some weird kind of, gosh, I don't even know how to explain it. Like a sensation thing on one of my feet, which could be like nerve stuff. And anyway, so the toe spacers, he recommended that to see how that would help to just get things moving, you know, tendons, ligaments, all that stuff. And it seems to be helping. So I just do that while I'm watching TV at night. So yeah, so I check that off. And then meditation. I haven't done my meditation yet. As far as numbers this week, let's see, 4, 5, 6 contacts. And I booked 1 appointment. So 1 lead. And is that right? No, I booked 1 appointment this week. 1 was a lease, which we don't really count leases because as far as the commission that we get from it, it's very, very small. So it doesn't really impact our numbers. So we typically don't, like industry-wide, we don't count appointments for leases. So 1 appointment and then 2 held this week. And then 1 contract. No deals. We have 1 that is conditionally sold. We're just waiting on the buyer's lawyer to approve the condo documents because it was a condominium that we sold. So I was hoping that was going to be firmed up by Friday, but it wasn't. Okay. That's how I did with my numbers. Okay, so next up, review current month's goals. And I just did this because I filmed a couple days ago, I filmed my April recap and I posted that. So let's just quickly, so these are my goals for May, and then these were the goals I was working on for April. So I don't really need to recap this because I already did. And then same with my quarterly goals. There's nothing in here that I have set up yet or that I have completed yet. But you know what? I think I can get that rate card done this weekend as well. So yeah, so that's how I'm doing there. Not much to do there. And then set next week's goals. Oh, I don't have a task card in here. You guys, I'm out of task cards. I have to go print some. I'll be back. Okay, I've got a couple fresh ones here. I'm gonna put this one back here. I printed out a whole bunch, but I only trimmed what I need right now. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to do my task card here. So I'm gonna go to my goals to make sure that these are top of mind. I also wrote them out here. So let's see, I think I'm gonna go by this here. It's just because it's more detailed. So always wellness, always my real estate business, and always buy sell plan. Those are the top areas in my life to make a priority. Okay, so for wellness, my main focus is for this week is to focus on my evening routine, Sunday to Thursday, because I don't have the same schedule on a weekend, so that's why Sunday to Thursday. And then yoga challenge, and then research hormones. That's one of my goals, is just because I'm in perimenopause, so more research on herbs and natural ways to help my symptoms. And I am doing this yoga challenge. So I pay for an app with Sarah Beth Yoga. I highly recommend. There's many out there. I first started following her years and years ago on YouTube, where she offered like 5, 10, 15, 20, up to 30-minute classes for all different types of yoga. And then a few years ago, she started an app where she has a lot more to offer, and she offers like 60-minute workouts and a whole bunch of other things. So yeah, I've been paying for her app for years. I love it. Put it on my iPad or with AirPlay on my TV, and I do my yoga. So this month I decided to do her yoga Lattes, which is like a combination of yoga and Pilates for core strength, which I really need, and it is part of my physiotherapy. So I thought this would be a fun way to, in an intentional way. So I've done 2 classes so far. I just want to figure, do I want to do a check or an X? I've done the first 2 yesterday and today. So this one here was like a 35-minute class. This is 15 minutes, 20. I think none of them are more than 30, which to me is doable. Especially like today was 15 minutes. I almost didn't do it. I'm like, it's only 15 minutes, you can do it. So I did. Like this one's only 5 minutes, right? So yeah, anyways. So I printed this out, I downloaded it and printed it out to put it in here. And then I am doing a habit tracker here for my exercise. So I'm gonna put whatever type of exercise it was, but my goal is to do, I really wanna do this every day. So we'll see. So that's what I have in there. And then for my real estate business, it is to plan listing reels. I have 3 listings going up next week. 2 are resale, 1 is a lease listing. So I need to plan what I'm gonna do for those reels. And then go through my watch list and my hot list in my CRM, make sure everything in there still is accurate, and then make changes as needed. Content plan, and then a status certificate for that condo that we sold last week. And then for buy sell plan, I want to get dated weeklies done, and then section covers, and then of course working on consulting. All right, so that is that. So that was my task card and setting my goals, and now master task list. So let's see for, I guess we're gonna look at May now, because I've already migrated there, and see if there's anything in here that I can transfer over. Oh, I have some emails from brands that have reached out to me and I have not responded yet, so I need to do that. But I need to get my rate card done first. So, okay, so I'm not gonna add that just yet. I don't think there's anything in here, just with how busy we are, that I will be adding. I'm gonna be downsizing my bag / purse collection, so I need to go through and decide like which ones I'm absolutely not gonna regret. Because I have some that I haven't used in years, and they're just taking up room in my closet, and you know, I have to decide, like, do they bring me joy anymore? Because if not, then someone else can, you know, it could bring joy to someone else. Transfer photos. I have so many photos of other people's houses in my camera roll that I need to transfer them off my phone, because I don't need them on my phone, because I don't need them on a daily basis. But I need my husband's help with that, because I am not savvy when it comes to that. Okay, that's it. I won't be transferring anything off the master task list yet. But from here, I most likely will be. So let's take this out. And that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to look at this week's task list, transfer my tasks, and then and I'll fill all of this out. So yeah, that's what's coming up next here, is transferring tasks and scheduling my week. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to speed that part up. Okay, got my schedule done, all my tasks, top follow-up, routines, and schedule. It's pretty heavy Monday, Tuesday, and then it's not heavy. So we have a listing going live Wednesday and one on Thursday. Actually, probably 2 on Wednesday, because our lease listing will be going live. Or you know what? We're probably gonna put that one on the market on Tuesday. Yeah. So yeah. And we're hoping Tuesday night to head up to the lake, because we have not had cottage time yet, and it's time to get things going for the season. But anyways, and then we'll just be working from there. So listings go live, and then unless offers come in, it'll pretty much be just administrative work. I do actually need to check on a listing. Let's see here. When did we go to their house? So we have a listing coming up, and they had a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of decluttering and repairs to do. So I set a time with them that we were going to go a week later to check on them. We went Tuesday. Okay, so that will be, yeah, Tuesday. So I need to arrange that. See how they're doing. They're very close. They've done so great and they've done so much. So I gave them more advice on what they need to do. So I need to go and check on that, and then hopefully we'll be getting that one on the market next week or the week after, because next week is a stat holiday. It's our Victoria Day long weekend on the 19th. So that's not a great week to go on market because open houses won't be busy on a long weekend, especially the first long weekend of the summer. That's it. I think I've done everything. Schedule next. Yep. So all of these steps have been done. That is how I recap a week and set things up for the next week. And I find this gives me planner peace. I can then rest on the weekend and not worry about what needs to get done next week because I have it all laid out. And sometimes, depending on how my weekend goes, I'll just get started on things. Like, for example, for this key, I'm going to text the property manager now, and just to remind them to make sure that they drop the key off at my brokerage so that I can pick that up. You know, little things like that. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful and enjoyable for you. Let me know, of course, if you have any questions. Happy May to you guys. Like I said, I will link my April recap video if you would like to watch that. And yeah, I hope you have a great week ahead. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.